Hello everybody, Protofox here, coming back at you with another video. Something I'm going to do a little different. I'm going to be looking at different things here and there for different toy lines and what have you. And unlike another video I shot, and this is probably going to go up before that, I haven't decided yet, whenever they go up, unlike that, I'm starting with everybody on the turntable because I'm not going through different transformations or anything like that. Because, as you can see, there is a lot of translucent plastic on this little turntable. And unfortunately, some of them do need to be dusted off a bit better than they were because they've been sitting on the shelf for a while. These are, you'll recognize them as far as the molds go themselves from Transformers Prime. This was a small exclusive subline that was done through Big Bad Toy Store. God, I want to say 2012-ish. Maybe it was 2012, 2013, around there. But they took a bunch of the original toy molds from the line, from the Robots in Disguise, Transformers Prime Robots in Disguise toy line, because you had first edition, I think it was, and then you had what they call Robots in Disguise, which was the main line. That was a subtag. But this subline was exclusive to Big Bad Toy Store. It was Dark Energon, and what made this special is that every single one of these toys were done and have some level of translucent plastic, some more than others. But you can see they're also, with the exception of, Knockout here, who's just done in a really cool color scheme. And in a previous video I've done, which is a Knockout appreciation video, I transformed this. That will be the last time I ever transform this, just like with Bumblebee here. I will transform him, and that will be the last time I ever transform him. And I will explain why in a bit, because you can see we got translucent plastic. And while I didn't worry about it at the time because it seemed a bit more substantial, time wears on translucent plastic a lot more than it does on standard plastic, and that's why we have a lot of QC issues and breakages and stuff like that. And I will get into it because there's actually some things that I am concerned about with these toys here in general, and I'll showcase it when I transform Bumblebee. But we're just going to take a quick look at some of these. I already did a Knockout appreciation video. This may go up first, so we're not going to spend a whole lot of time on that. But I love the decos because they're so cool. And translucent plastic, I love the look. I think it looks great. It's just a shame that the quality of it over the years has gone down, and things are prone to breakage. Because these are great. I love how they look. And the fact that 3 of the 6 toys, and there were 6 of them, and I believe they were initially released in a box set, or at least the Prime and Megatron were a box set, and then the deluxe class figures were a box set, but then they were single released. I had them. They were all single released. I don't have any of the packaging anymore. Unfortunately, the boxes didn't make it through a move, which sucks because I normally, for exclusives, I hang on to the packaging, and those went by the wayside. Long story I'm not going to get into. It's all personal stuff, blah, 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 blah. But anyway, 3 of the 6 decos are homages to other characters in the Transformers franchise, which will start here because obviously we have Starscream, which he has named Starscream for Dark Energon. But that is very clearly a Cyclonus deco, and I love it. Now, he's got, the smoky gray translucent plastic for different accents, like the wings, his chest, which this is probably my favorite Starscream design of all time. I love Prime, and we're going to do a Prime video here soon, talking about Prime, 5 favorite toys and stuff, and talking about the franchise. I love Transformers Prime. And to anyone out there who's saying that it was bad and we need to realize it was bad, you're wrong. All right, it won awards. It is highly regarded amongst the fandom. So the few outliers out there that are saying, "Oh, it was bad," shh. Starscream, Dark Energon, Starscream. Says shush. But anyway, this is very clearly a deco based on Cyclonus, and this is, I believe, actually a redeco of the first edition Starscream, because I feel like the Robots in Disguise subline Starscream, the main line for Prime, was actually a Voyager, if I remember correctly. I have it, I just don't remember what came first, but, well, obviously this came first, but I don't think they did a deluxe in the main line. And we got Knockout, who looks amazing. We got Megatron here, who actually, as we spin this around, oh, this works out great. I can just spin him around and turn him around and stuff, and then not knock anything over and not really move anything. But Megatron here is more just a black, purple, and gray deco changes. You got lavender here, it looks like. But his translucent plastic is in the arms. He's got some translucent plastic. He actually has the least amount of translucent plastic on any of them. But I think the deco works really good for him. I think it looks cool. Just really, and it's actually more of a really, really dark gray. I like how that looks. It's very menacing looking, and just it lends itself to the Megatron design very well here. And then we'll go on, spin this around, and we will talk about Optimus Prime, because this Optimus Prime even had a mold change, as you can see at the face, and we'll get a close-up of it. Because he doesn't have the mask on. The actual mainline version of the figure had the faceplate. He does not. You know, and the color scheme again works. He's got, again, similar to Megatron, not as much translucent plastic, but he definitely has more. And it works. You know, the red is really deep. He's got the orange, so it's almost leans into maybe some of an homaging Fire Guts Convoy, you know, with the deep orange, you know, whatever, but it works. And I like the fact that the light piping is orange in his eyes. That works for me. It's just a cool looking deco. I think they all look cool. But again, translucent plastic being translucent plastic is worrisome, but we're just going to appreciate how they look. And now, unfortunately, the dustiest of all here. And I really need to clean this guy off. This is Wheeljack. He's based more on, his color scheme is actually based on, God, yeah, it would be. It would be Slicer, which was it was a European Generation 1 Action Master redeco Wheeljack. He's got a bit more translucent plastic. Obviously, his arms are all completely translucent there. He does have some solid plastic there in the legs, his chest, his head, but he's got a lot of translucent, and it works. Again, I love how it looks. I just now, over the years, it's just very worrisome. But again, you got some nods here. You got some great looking stuff. And he is a nod to Slicer. I think maybe even at one point in certain things in the fandom, he was even repurposed as Slicer, if I remember right. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm misremembering everything. I am old. But anyway, we're gonna get to transforming this one here, Bumblebee, which obviously the color scheme obviously gives us a gold bug vibe. When we get him into robot mode, you'll see more of that, but I'm going to be extremely careful because, and I'll point out why, not just because it's translucent plastic I'm wearing, but we do have some of the age issues coming through. And again, things are tight tolerances, and eventually I may even do like reviews of, oh my God, oh, it's creaky already. Okay, so do that and get that there, and just, oh my God, this is so nerve-wracking. And then one of the cool things about the original Bumblebee mold was the fact that it had, you know, hung on to that automorph gimmick from, oh God, which movie? The original movie. Some of that stuff kind of hung on, and see as we explode everything here. And everything kind of works into place. I gotta remember how that tabs in. I believe that tabs in right there. Yeah, no, maybe not. But yeah, that kind of goes down that way. I'm trying to work everything into place here, and does that go in there? Oh my God, things are, and again, translucent plastic. Oh, there we go. Okay, so yeah, and then it fits there, slots in. And again, and now he does have the soft ratchet elbows. And these are just retooled, or not retooled. Yeah, one is in fact a retool. Optimus Prime was, I just mentioned that. But the rest of these are just redecoed and remolded, I guess you could say, in the translucent plastic. But as we can see, Bumblebee here is definitely an homage to Goldbug. And we got Prime Bumblebee, which is definitely a good look. I always felt like that they nailed this toy pretty good. And this is the mainline robots in disguise, what they called it. But here, what I'm talking about, time wears on translucent plastic. And I just noticed this as I was pulling these figures out for this video. But we got stress wear there. We got stress wear there. Something that I didn't even know happened. Because there are 2 tabs. There's a tab in the door. There was a tab here. It's not there anymore. I don't know when that happened. I don't know where that happened, because he was sitting in a storage bin in vehicle mode. I don't know how that broke off. Couldn't tell you. But, the translucent plastic is just worrisome. Unfortunately, it's worrisome, because these all look amazing. And I actually really, really like this subline of Dark Energon. It looks cool. I mean, every single deco is cool. And I would actually maybe like to see something done maybe in Legacy where we take the mainline figures that, mainline characters, obviously we have a Legacy Knockout. We can maybe take a Wheeljack and redeco them in these colors. Because I think these colors work. They look great. But the price you pay, well, like I pointed out with Bumblebee, is that it's translucent plastic. There will be a time where if you manhandle these too much, they will break. And that saddens me, because I love these figures and I hate to see them just kind of crumble away because time wore on. But they look good. I'm sure you can probably find them somewhere in the secondary market if you want to look for them, if you want to try and get your hands on them. They look great. If you're careful with them, they're cool display pieces. Would I regularly mess with these? Absolutely not. I would completely lose my mind just fiddling with them all the time. Like a lot of toys I'll go back and forth with, pick up and fiddle with, flip back and forth between vehicle and robot mode. These will never get transformed again. Not for any review purposes or anything like that. This we'll look at them. I may do like comparison stuff. Maybe I'll take like first edition Starscream, because I have that deluxe Starscream, transform it and then bring it in just to show how the transformations work. And I do have all standard versions of these characters or all these toys. Excuse me, but these will never get transformed again. Just because I'm so worried about it. I mean, you go over here to Wheeljack, he feels like he may be a bit more substantial than the other ones. Prime 2, Megatron doesn't have a whole hell of a lot of translucent plastic, but it's enough to be worrisome. But Bumblebee, Knockout, and Starscream in particular, those will never get transformed again. It's just very concerning. But they're great to look at. They're great to display. They look good on display. Even dusty as hell as mine are, because they do, in fact, have to be cleaned up. But they look good. And some of them are even homages. Obviously, you have... Why am I doing that? I have the turntable here. You have Skywarp. You have Goldbug. You have Slicer. Maybe call him Fire Guts. Can't call that Galvatron. Maybe Reverse Colors Galvatron. Maybe. Who knows? And then you just have a green Knockout, which is just awesome because Knockout is awesome. But that's that. We'll spin this around and get the whole feel for it. Hopefully you like stuff like this. I'm trying something new where I'm looking at different sublines and, doing top 5s of my favorite toys from different sublines and, different lines in general. Hopefully you enjoy it. Hopefully you enjoy the whole new turntable action thing. I think I'm joining in the current trend of, maybe, instead of hand rotating my figures on a table, I'm going to go ahead and just spin them around on a turntable. Hopefully this works for you. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you liked it, give it a like. If you did, shoot a subscribe my way. I greatly appreciate it. And I'll leave you all with this. Be kind to yourself and your fellow human beings, because life is too short, so play on. And I will see you in the next video. And remember, Prime is awesome.